Hello, my friend. Welcome to my timeline. My name is Jess if we're meeting for the first time, and if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm excited to dive into my day today. We ended up going to Port Stanley to see a Christmas play of A Christmas Carol. It was this community production with just two cast members, and they told the story. And it was such a beautiful rendition. I really enjoyed it. And it was the first time that we left Jacob with his grandparents for like 4 hours. It was the longest that we've been without him, and it's the longest that he's been without us. And I kept verbally saying, like, oh, I'm so nervous. Like, I'm so nervous. Like, I think this is not going to go well. But my body was not indicating any fear or resistance to it. And it was a really good reminder that sometimes we can get caught up in these thought patterns and we don't actually check in like with our gut and with our body to see if what the thought pattern is actually matches what we're actually feeling in that moment. And it went great. It went great. He had no issues. He napped in someone else's house with someone else. He's never done that before. And he didn't cry when we left. He didn't cry when he was there. And we got back and he just came in for a hug and then went and continued playing while we were there, just catching up. And I was like, oh my gosh, like we're doing a really good job. And it felt really good to feel like that because so often I often think that I'm not doing enough and I am not enough for him. And this was a beautiful reminder that we have laid this really beautiful foundation for him and we're doing a really good job. And it feels really good to like say that because there's a lot of parenting judgment, self-judgment, and also judgment from others. And this was just one of those days where it was like, wow, this kid is thriving. We got home and I just looked at him and I was like, you seem different. And he just is, he's communicating more. He is understanding language. He knows what he wants, what he doesn't want. He's expressing it. He is just this cool dude. And I'm just so grateful that I get to be a part of his life. I just feel so honored that his soul chose to be in my life. Just feels really, really special. Really special. And I had this really interesting experience while we were in Port Stanley because a couple days ago, okay, how am I going to express this story? A couple days ago, I was on Instagram and I'm not on there very often. And I just kind of went down a little bit of like a rabbit hole of a few different accounts. And I happened to come across a couple people that were in Port Stanley. And there was one woman who is a like a Reiki practitioner, and she offers Akashic record readings and teachings. And she does some other like healing and astrology, things like that. And then I came across there's a farm in Port Stanley and they do retreats and it's like a lifestyle. Then I came across this brick and mortar store. that sells holistic products and supplements. And I realized that they were closing and they were having a sale, like everything in the store 50 to 70% off. And I was going to make a trip out there so that I could go check this place out, totally forgetting that we were going today for a play. And then when it all kind of clicked in, I was like, oh, perfect. Like, we'll go to the play and then I'll get to go check out this spot. The second piece to the story was that I have been, for a very, very long time, I've been prepping to purchase a new shampoo and conditioner. And you might be thinking, what do you mean you've been preparing? Like, it's just shampoo and conditioner. I'm very picky with my products, very picky. It takes me a really long time to decide on what I want to invest my money in because I am trying to be really cautious of many different things. Some of my values are supporting local businesses, number one. Number two, purchasing products that don't have a lot of, additives and scents and uh, a lot of harmful ingredients. So I'm really trying to support local businesses, Canadian brands, and I'm really picky about ingredients. And the thing about natural products is that a lot of them don't pack a punch. So it takes me a really long time to like research and actually make these decisions. Plus, I've been kind of waiting. Like I'm close to the end of my bottles, and I was just waiting for the perfect time so that I wasn't being wasteful and like the timing was right. So I've been looking for weeks and weeks and still kind of undecided of what I wanted. And then all of a sudden, like 3 days ago, there was an ad for this new brand that I had never heard of, and very unique packaging and clean ingredients and really nice reviews and some awards. And I thought, wow, this is like a really unique product. Never heard of the brand, never seen a product like this before. And I was like, okay, I think this is one that I'm going to buy. But then the thing that kind of was in my way was that I really wanted to pay cash for it. I really wanted to go to a local business, and I am trying not to use, I don't know. I have a thing about online shopping. And, we can maybe dive into that later, but I just really really like to pay cash in person. It just is a preference for me. So fast forward to today. We go to this play. It was great. I was feeling good about Jacob. I knew he was happy. We went to this store and I walk in and here's this brand. Here's this shampoo, conditioner, and body wash for 50% off because the store is closing. And oh my goodness. I walked in and I was like, you have this? Like, I've never seen it anywhere. And they had it. And it was 50% off. And I was so happy. So that was just one of those beautiful moments of reminding myself not to rush into decisions because timing will align itself when it is meant to be, and the right things will find you. Because I sometimes go out of my way to like seek things out, and you can convince yourself to buy things that you don't really need. At least I can. That's something that I'm working with. So this was just, the timing was just so perfect and everything just came together, and it was a nice reminder of like, and it's such a simple thing, right? Like, you're probably like shampoo and conditioner, like it can't possibly be that big of a deal, but to me, literally, I'm talking weeks, like months that kind of I've been preparing to make this purchase. And I'm trying to live my life in a very conscious way. And it's kind of slow and kind of deliberate. Also, the beautiful thing is we had a wonderful conversation with the owner of the store, and I told her that I found her, her store on Instagram, and she told us a little bit about her story, and she has a young family and she's a business owner and she's making these great shifts in her life. And we just got to have this beautiful conversation about topics that I hold near and dear to my heart. And we were able to just give her praise for just doing the work, making the choices for her and her family. And it was just really nice. It was just really, really nice. It was just so nice. And that was like the bread and butter. Is that the saying? The meat and potatoes of my day? Anyways. I hope you're having a great day. I really do. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow.